with the theater school since it began in 2006. And over the years, we had seen this really beautiful unfolding of the students and with the practice of the theater school. So it seemed natural to take it out of the building and extend it, reach out to kids that may not necessarily be able to come down. They have all kinds of barriers to coming and attending creation-based theater programming. So with the years of experience, I felt like it was just a natural process to move into becoming outreach facilitator and connecting in the schools and community. A lot of them, this was their first experience with creation-based drama, dance, all of that we were offering.
They were a little anxious at first. They weren't sure what it was about, and we were too. Like, we weren't sure what the sessions were going to hold.
They really needed to get to know us a bit before they would jump into a game. But over time, we start coming into the school. They're all hugging us, and the whole school gets to know us. Little brothers and sisters of the kids we're working with, they know who we are. So they all recognize the purple T-shirts. We're really embraced with warmth and positive reaction.
Anytime we had Globe Theatre School, they were pumped and excited.
Seeing students who might not be engaged at first and by the end be like the shining star on stage. You're like, wait a minute, you didn't even want to be here day one, and look at you now.
I can be really shy sometimes, but the Globe Theatre program helped me to be myself and not worry about what other people think.
Just hearing it from those students is securing the belief that what we do is so important.
The reason we got involved was because as much as we try to be well-rounded teachers, it's not always possible to be the best in all areas.
So as soon as there's an opportunity that allows experts in the field to come into our classroom, it just enriches our curriculum.
It was so beneficial, and even to spark that interest in drama and see how these people bring characters to life and how drama is supposed to be done.
We would have discussions with the teachers, pre-session discussions, and figure out a point of inspiration for all of us.
And asked, what ties to curriculum do you see this working in your classroom? And so we said, well, we're working on the concept of bullying and self-esteem and things like that in health. So it'd be really neat if we could make that bridge and have a cross-curricular kind of activity for them to work on.
The artist just ran with it and came up with putting the drama in before, came up with the dance.
They did things that there's no way I could have done on my own. Yeah, they were able to bring qualities out in my students, strengths out in my students that I had never really seen before. So the kids that I think excelled the most were kids that I never even really had seen as having a strength in that area.
The teachers are not only involved in the planning process, but during the execution of all the workshops, they're there as guides and at times helping us again to deal with some of the behavioral concerns that we have to deal with. So, the Globe staff are wonderful, helping to diffuse the situation, redirect the student by maybe giving them an opportunity to just observe if they don't want to be involved, or again, by tapping into things that interest them. I
thought the artists were really, really good at commanding, they developed a rapport right off the start. And so then, in the teaching world, if the kids don't respect you, it's really hard to manage them.
And by having the teachers there as a support was a huge help, because not only do they have a really stronger relationship with these students that they've developed over, a term, they also can help us to understand how we can approach the students' needs.
It's broadened my view of what arts ed is. It's given me more skills that I can bring to my classroom in the future. Yeah, after every session I went back to my room and I furiously wrote notes. And actually near the end of the sessions I was writing notes as they were working with the kids, because it's something that, like I said, you have to kind of be a jack of all trades.
I've learned that they benefit just from being able to express themselves. They build self-confidence in being able to work with these groups and have their ideas heard and then implemented into the work.
They started to just get a whole different perspective on themselves, on school. Teachers would say how when the kids knew we were coming on Wednesday morning, they were just so excited to come to school that day. So that was always exciting.
In this role play, they get to play these characters and maybe see things from different perspectives they might not have considered before. And in that, there's learning and a lot of growing and understanding. And I think that's one of the most beneficial things, is just watching the kids come up with ways of solving their problems.
We really always encouraging in that they are part of a community, they belong.
It was a little scary, but when we all were together, all that fear went away.
But seeing them come to that point of realization is very, very gratifying.
The value it's immeasurable because they got to demonstrate their learning, present it to their parents and to their peers, and they saw how worthwhile it was. Like, all the work paid off. You know, they said it was so meaningful for them. And for them to feel when they're like 10 and 11 years old that they're making a difference, it was really neat.
And once we learn to grow the confidence, we realize we're doing this for something that will change and make a big difference. And so I think everyone did great and just came out of their shell at the end.
After we finished, everyone was really giving us clapping loud, and it seemed like they really appreciated it.
So the reaction from family and friends were the best, because they encouraged you even through the process of doing the dance. And watching them smile, I think, was the goal I wanted to meet, and then it was the goal I accomplished.
We all got to know each other better, and it was really fun.
The other really positive experience was that I teach a split. And the first few months of the year, it was very clear that we were grade 5 classroom, and then we were grade 6 classroom. And after that experience, the kids just really bonded. So that was really neat too, that they started seeing strengths in one another that they hadn't noticed before, and they had kind of a common bond, and that was really neat because it's translated now throughout the whole year. It's been wonderful.
Seeing kids develop in a 10-week phase is really, really attractive to be a part of.
If it's worth doing at school, it's worth sharing too, and so it's meaningful for them to take their learning on the road and to showcase what they've done and what they can do and what they've learned.
The Globe Theater is a lot of fun, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
It's theater, it's fun, but for some reason it gets through to students in a really personal way.
So I think it's important that that connection with those schools is still met, and then we're building mentors within the schools. We have these students that have been through a theater school 10-week program or whatever it may be, and they have this confidence and this skill set within them. So then it'll be creating after-school programming. They could be the leaders in the after-school program, and then they're educating and enticing the younger kids to come and get involved.
Oh, right on, Colby. And then we'll come up slowly together. And then you're gonna give me one big hooray, like you're just had the best time of your life.